Hey everyone, welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. We are at level 7, the Eagle's Tower. One of the more famous dungeons in this game, I want to say. It's a good thing I actually did a save state just before I entered the dungeon, because this is one of those dungeons where you can actually get perma-stuck due to one of the methods that you can use the keys on this dungeon. I'm actually not sure myself. I never gotten stuck in this dungeon because I always managed to complete it the way it's intended. And I think the only way you could get stuck in this dungeon was back when it was the Game Boy version, not the DX version. I think they might have fixed the error in that version. I'm not positive. But whatever the case, what I'm trying to say is that if you play this game ever, make sure to have a save just before you start this dungeon, so you'll know you'll be able to start it fresh if you get stuck somehow. Can't go there. Indeed, though, this is definitely one of the biggest dungeons in the game. Possibly even bigger than the level 8 in a sense. There's 4 floors. And a triforce of power. There's 4 floors, and you have to change up how they work to be able to get to the next ones. A couple ones, anyway. I'm gonna need this. What do you do with this? Carry it with you. Yeah, you can carry this thing with you. And you can hit these pillars to make the tower crumble a bit. This is one of the reasons why you can get perma-stuck in this dungeon, because this stain can get... I'm actually not... I don't remember the details of how you get stuck, really. Suffice to say that it's just really bad design. Cool. We have the map. Where do we wish to go? Not here. However, we can do this. Yeah, I think it involves throwing this thing in a spot that you cannot recover it from. I think that's how you get perma-stuck. And we can fall down here. Goombas and Kirby! We can actually fight Kirby in this game. This was back when Kirby did not have an official color decided for him anyway. So Kirby's a little beige in this game instead of pink. Of course, the original game didn't have color at all, so how would they know? We want to go to the other side. Don't forget, you can do this. And I guess we're going here. Oh, these things. Yeah, unlike the horse heads, there's actually some skill involved at least with these things, but they're still very annoying. You have to make them all match. But the compass. Yes, yes, we know all about that secret feature. The new one, that is. And we need to bring the thing over there. Oh, can't go back. But I can leave it here, because eventually I'll push this back into position. Well, thank you for stopping the tyranny of the music. Oh, there's several Kirby's, by the way, for some reason. Jump off the floor above to reach the chest on the table. Whatever, up there. Where do we jump off from the floor above? I don't know. Oh, that's right, we can push it like this. Cool. I'm kind of curious to see what will happen if we fall here, but let's continue from where we backtracked from. Ow. We want to be up. Or, no, we don't. Huh. Well, actually, no, maybe we do. We need to jump over here. I'm not actually sure where I want to go. Gone everywhere in the bottom floor. Let's get the hard refill. Okay, this is where we want to go, up there. Now we're here. We'll check the room to the right first. Ooh, bombs. We've got some. It's the boss. Is he tough? No, but I fell down before I could see his full death animation, so gonna have to fight him again. Literally, only 2 swings is all it took for me to defeat him. Give me the key. Thank you. Oh, let's get the treasure chest done over here first. Cannot jump to the other side, unfortunately. We're not gonna bother trying that. By the way, there's lots of Nintendo characters from other franchises besides Zelda that appear in this game. A lot of them are related to dreams, and that's not a that isn't an intentional decision that they added some of these monsters as are related to dreams. This puzzle is a lot easier if you can get them all into one position. See? One swing. That's all it took. Now what happens if we go 1 floor higher? We're stuck. We want to go to the room to the right. Like, yeah, this thing is out of reach, except we got the boomerang, so we can just do this. Huh. Yeah, I've unlocked that. I guess I'm gonna go over here. Aha! This is the special item of this dungeon, the mirror shield. Literally just something you need to be able to access to level 8, nothing else. Oh, and I guess I can go to the church just over there now. The key, we actually need this. And go back here. Now let's see what's up here. Press the button again. I don't need bombs, do I? I could use some. So level 3 looks really strange, doesn't it? It looks like there's stuff that's missing, or that it's incomplete. There's a reason for that, because we haven't gotten rid of all the pillars in the floor below. Oh hey, another boss. Hey Runt, you think you can take me? Alright boys, get this punk out of my face! This boss uses a flute and orders enemies around. You dirty rat! You beat my brothers! You'll pay! I'll never forget you. Never say dead. Because that's a joke. He was about to say killed, but then the game is like, oh no, not killed. Beat! And got the nightmare key. Perfectamundo, but we still need to get rid of that pillar. What the hell? That was an emulator thing. The game decided for whatever reason to glitch out right there. It was a little concerning, I'll be honest. Huh, for whatever reason the chest is gone. Probably because the monsters were all back, but still. So, bombable wall right there. Gotta survive this room. I would have been so pissed if that skull got stuck in my spot. No. Yep. Gotta bring it all the way to over there. Except, no, that won't work. God damn it. Now I'm gonna have to get it back from where it starts. Yeah. Can't go over the poles, throw things from your hands. Well, now I'm gonna have to get it back. That's the problem. Got a bomb. Way to go. Because it's only a bomb, I can't really do anything, so. Would it be faster to use this warp? I don't think so. See? Back here. The riddle is solved when the pillars fall. That confused me so much in first time I did this dungeon, because you don't like think that the green thing would break the pillars and nothing else. God damn it, I kept pressing the wrong button. Okay, so we need to bring it all the way to... over there. Yep, can do it like this. Okay, it's on the other side now. Oh, but I can't go through there. That's right. There's no choice. Gotta go downstairs. Here we go. Perfect. Now I gotta go through the tunnel. And I gotta do this thing again. Perfect. We didn't get stuck. That is a very good thing. Yeah, so we would not have been able to reach that ladder, but we have not done that. So we can safely go to the 3rd floor now. Now we're in the 3rd floor. Cool, huh? Can get an extra treasure chest if we want, though. I'm just gonna check up here. Okay, nothing different. Gotta go up there. Yeah, that starts our ascent to the top. Oh. Well, extra secret medicine, but we already had one, so... But that's pretty much it for everything in this dungeon. Now we just gotta go up. This... Hey. More health. Quite a few Goombas here. I'm actually kind of surprised. What is behind that door? Oh, actually no, it's once you beat the boss, you go back downstairs and that door is open. So even though we have level 2 shield here, I don't think we use it at all, but I'm gonna equip it just in case. Bah! I'm not going to hold back! I'm going to make you wish you were never born! It's the giant bird. It looks like a vulture of some sort. Got a massive beak. Bigger than Link himself. Yep, that's the boss. 3 spin attacks. Of course, I've got the level 2 sword and the red tunic, but you know. Anyway, my energy, gone. I lost. But you will be lost too if the windfish wakes. Same as me. You are in his dream. So did the bird lose or the guy on him? Because I think we only hit the bird. You know, yeah, that was a pretty disappointing boss given how difficult the dungeon itself is. I knew what to do, so it wasn't that hard for me, but you know, considering this dungeon can get some people perma stuck if they do something wrong, it's easy to see why some people remember it. I wouldn't say fondly, but they remember it, that's for sure. Anyway, only 1 dungeon left, and I think I can actually do it within this video, but you know. Ocarina, the music of the ocarina leads. Crap. That was the wrong place to drop from. So, if you remember this area, this is where you need to go to. And left. And get the hook shot, and get the adventure over with soon. And Marin is here for whatever reason. Hey Hawke, some monsters put me up here. What should I do? I'm afraid of heights. My hero. Yow, that was a surprise. Hawke, thank you. Say, Hawke. I don't know how to say this, but... Got interrupted again. Marin! Huh? Terran? Never mind. I gotta go. But aren't you afraid of heights? Suddenly she's not afraid of heights as soon as we rescued her. Because this is what's called video game writing, where the writer clearly wanted to only do one thing, which is in this case make you feel like a hero for rescuing the girl. But all of the girl's attributes are forgotten the moment the writer puts you in the situation they want you to put into. Anyway, whatever. I'm being semantic. Marin is a good girl. Hoot! That girl sang her song in front of the egg. Her ballad of the windfish is a song of awakening. Did she actually intend to wake the windfish? The next siren's instrument is in the west. Play your melodies so the unliving stones might hear. Show your courage. The windfish awaits for you. Waits for you. Whatever. I think we're gonna have to use song number 3 again for whatever reason. Hookshot check. Zelda conventions. So we gotta go through... And let me just check. Yeah, this is the way back. Have to go through here. And we need this item to do it. That's it. That was level 2 shield, everyone. Never gonna need it again, probably. Actually, I think we will need it again a couple of times. What do you have to say? Bring, bring. Hi, it's Elvira. The head of the turtle is in your way? Put life into it and it will move. It's true. Chew. Bye. How did he get his phone installed up here anyway? Like, does the NPC realize how much work it took for us to get all the way here? And he managed to install his porta boot there anyway. Super easy. Anyway, it's Turtle Rock. Never seen this before. Yeah, that was a boss. I literally didn't remember that we had to fight this thing. I'm positive the developers only thought of putting this as a boss fight because it's like, hey, ever wanted to fight that thing you did, the thing you awakened in the Link to the Past for the one of the final dungeons? Well, here you go. Level 8, Turtle Rock. Yeah, that was the mini boss right there. We actually weren't supposed to defeat it so quickly, but we did. Turtle Rock is much more combat oriented, so don't expect much in terms of puzzles. And because we're so powerful, we defeat the enemy so quickly nowadays. This is interesting though. We're controlling it remotely, by the way. We need to light up these things, but we can't do it because we don't have anything that lights it up from a distance. We have the magic power that works at not a distance, but right against it, but nothing that shoots out fire. I wonder what the special item is gonna be. Gimme. I don't know why the game is giving us so much money, considering we don't need it anymore. Another mean boss. I literally poked it to finish it off. God damn it. I was hoping to defeat it. Got it. You have to defeat it to get the key. It is a pretty decently difficult enemy, all things considered. The compass. The last compass we have to get, finally. Yes, we know. New future. Tone will tell us if the key is in the room we enter. Told us like 9 times. For whatever reason, we can fight this boss again. So, that was that section of the dungeon. I think there's a button up there. Yep. Going down here first. Going down is correct. Going down, down, down. I need to jump. Should have figured it'd be a button. This boss again. Wow, I completely missed because I was too close to it. I'm not sure where to go. I'll go left first. Mostly because I want to do this thing beforehand. Not too hard. Nope. Oh, now we're here. Okay. That's what that passage sent us to, but now we can't go back through here. That's what it is. Ugh, and now we have to fight this thing again. It's too bad because this is one of the more annoying bosses to fight because no matter how strong your sword is, it doesn't matter. It's not about your sword. Ugh, stupid thing. I hate that the fact that if it's right next to you, you won't hit it with the thing, even though you're throwing it in a direction that it is. Got the beak. Just need the map now. God damn it. Come on. Silly game. Lava does not kill you instantly, it's just like falling off a platform. Huh. Okay. I guess this was just a way to here? I don't know. I could use the hook shot. Oh, right, wait, no. The game is just outright telling us that there's a secret here. In fact, I didn't even notice it. You can actually look at the wall and you'll see that there's cracks on it. That doesn't help us much, though. I do this. There's the map. Pretty big dungeon, but unlike the previous dungeon, it's only one floor, so... How many keys do I have? 2? Yeah. I think at this point it's probably best to just warp back to the entrance. Now let's see what happens if we go here. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's where I wanted to go, which is why I decided that we needed to restart the whole thing. Let's go up here. Nope. Yep, now we have to go back down here. Okay. I had to see if we go up those stairs. So we've never gone to the right, so let's see. Some stairs, staircase down. Yep, again. Well, got to start all over again. Looking around. Quite positive I'm just supposed to go straight up. But I had to check the other passages first. I can also move that thing out of the way. And I had to. Ugh. Can't jump from here anywhere if I want to go. So basically I just have to create a passage to the left right there. Not much to it. There we go. Key. What is over here? Nothing. And it can do anyway. So what's up here? Probably some more popsicles? No. Where am I? All the way over there. It was a decent refill. Oh, come on. That's my fault, actually. Mini boss? No. To defeat the monsters who hold the key, attack them from a higher place. Or I could just defeat them with my sword that's super badass and strong. I think I meant attacking the monsters from up there, but come on. Oh no, these! These are annoying. Yeah, we can't defeat them now, but it won't matter. So let's just ignore them. And we got the spare key. And we can... Oh, it's gonna be annoying. Or will it be? Warp back. Because otherwise, if you didn't want to get hit, you'd have to drop down to the right and trek back to where you were supposed to go. Ah! Stupid guardian acorns. Okay, that leads to there. We can get the church just by doing this. Which is just rupees. Turn off the music. Aha! The final heart piece. Well, actually, there's still the heart container from the boss that we're gonna get, but now we have all the heart pieces, which means we will have a full bar of hearts, which is 14 hearts, not not 20 like I was kind of implying earlier. Also, the last warp, right here. When it barely matters. It really should have been for the 6th dungeon, honestly, that we would get our 4th warp. So yeah, this is the spot where you're supposed to defeat these monsters. Yes, it makes defeating these monsters extremely annoying. Because you're trying to throw a bomb into their mouths and it just doesn't work. There are some sweet spots, as you can see here, that just makes it extremely effective to actually hit them. Well, that's one. And I think this only needs one more. Yep. Once you defeated them, it doesn't matter anymore. But literally, the first time you're going to do this, if you ever play this game, this is going to be one of the more annoying challenges that you have to go through. Whoops. Actually, I want to look at the... Yeah, we completed this map completely. These areas right here were the last 2 that we had to uncover. Or these last 3, I should say. Maybe these 2, whatever. As for this dungeon, we need to go over here. And here. Then down here. For another key. If the statue looks strange, shoot it with the bow. How about the bomb arrows, huh? How will it feel about that? It won't. Yeah, you have to do specifically an arrow. No, not this, this. This. Yet another key. And where does this lead to? Probably a way back. Yep, but we don't have a special item yet, so... Okay, now I actually am a little confused right now. We have 2 keys. No, 3 keys. We need to find the spot where they go to be able to get to another area. Not there, that's for the boss, but maybe there's a... I think there's a secret passage in this room, maybe? Yep. So we're gonna need this and this. I think I just have to defeat monsters here. This probably looks way darker in the original Game Boy version. Because there weren't very many shades of colors you could pick from. They were all grayscale. There's no key here, so let's just go ahead and go up there. 3 keys? No, only 2. Oh, that's enough. Swear to God, the feather should have been its own button. But the Game Boy only had 4 buttons. A, B, start, and select. And the control pad, I guess, but button shortcuts on the Game Boy were not the wisest of ideas, probably. Of course, this was the standard. A, B, start, select, and the control pad. That was the standard set by Nintendo themselves. So it's not too much of a surprise they stuck to it. Two spin attacks, that's all it took. But I believe this boss has the potential to kick you all the way back to the entrance. Maybe not anymore, but you know. Anyway, can't go up there. Come. What do? We're gonna go back to the entrance. There's that spot to the right of the dungeon I've never gone through. I don't think I'll be able to get through it from here. Like, it's probably just from staircase that you get those things, yeah. What I need to do now is find the switch and press it. Oh, there's a bombable wall to the left here. Right here. Didn't even notice it the first time. Of course, that's because it's really dark, but I mean, all it is leads us here. I should check for more bombable walls. There's one down there. Damn it! Didn't mean to fall. Yep, shortcut here. And there's one down there. Wow, there's plenty of bombable walls. I was not paying attention the first time. I don't see any bombable ones for this one though. Yeah, I think this one is the one on the right was the bombable one I had to figure out. Nothing else. Of course, the problem is that even if I go back here, it's just there's not much to do. Oh, okay, that's bombable. I actually was not expecting to get the bombable wall on my first try, but I thought that gray area in the map was something that would only reach through a staircase, but that is not the case. It is in fact just a room you're supposed to figure out by looking at the map. Or randomly poking every wall. And you can also get to it from here too. as I thought. So yeah, you just touch that once and go back to the entrance. Not by here. Give me the item. The magical rod, or just magic rod. I call it fire rod. Also, burn, baby, burn! That ages the game quite a bit. I wonder if they kept that reference in for the remake. So yeah, the magic rod is the last item. It does this. It's actually quite effective. It works exactly like your sword almost. But always has a range and defeats enemies instantaneously. So yeah, very useful weapon to have. More importantly, you can use it to defeat some enemies. Also, I want to go over there, but first I need to actually go to the left to get that key from this area over here. Wow, 2 hits. The fire rod is actually very strong. What a surprise. One, two. But that's pretty much all the churches except for the one that contains the nightmare key. Now there's only those 2 staircases that lead to the one leads to the key and the other leads to the boss itself. I hope I'm gonna be going through the right one first, aka this one. Make sure to only do the second row of icicles for this. And I went through the right one, good. Boss? Yep. Oh, the fire rod doesn't work against it now, but... Wow, it does not even hit you if you're hugging the wall. Wow, what a pathetic boss. A neat idea, but pathetic. Okay, this is gonna be a bit tricky. Well, not really, but you know. First try. Nightmare key. Oh, come on. So, we're actually gonna go back through the staircase. It's a little faster that way. Full health, all items, all rupees. I think we're ready. Yes, I know. It's very cold. I have to burn in a way that makes it so I can still land on the platform I need to land on. Oh, I had it right there. Just good timing is good enough. Yes, I'm aware, game. Like this. Boss time. Crackle Fush, you're finished! I will never let you play the instruments of the sirens. boss has quite a bit of HP. And it deals quite a bit of damage. That was 4 hearts right there. Yeah, so this boss has a lot of HP and deals a lot of damage, but as some of you may have noticed, I literally did not move from where I started. I got hit once, but that's because I wasn't being as effective as I could have been. Because it's possible to sunlock this boss if you have the proper timing. Why did you come here? If it weren't for you, nothing would have to change. You cannot wake the windfish. Remember, you, too, are in the dream. Final instrument. Tambourine. Or drum, I guess I should say. The egg on the mountain calls. Indeed it does. So yeah, nothing else to do. Just go to the final boss and that's it. You're beating the game. Of course, if you didn't figure out a combination of how to go through the maze inside of the egg, you have a little more to do. In which case, you have to complete a trade quest to get the magnifying glass in order to read that one book in the library that tells you the solution. But you know, still, pretty much done with the game now. Let's just go right ahead. I've been playing over an hour, but it's just the final boss now. Nothing else. Well, of course, there's also the pictures. I only got 4 out of 12, but you know, I don't care much about that, unfortunately. Oh, actually I should show. Fire Rod burns these things. It only takes until the end of the game for you to finally get the ability to burn these things yourself. Took long enough. Okay, so we're gonna need this song. The one time we have to use this song. And just for the sake of it, let me just do something real quick. Okay, had to get some juice. My throat is dry. And still kinda is, feels like it. So you just go up here, you press the button. And that prompts all the instruments to pop up and to wake the windfish. I don't know if you can do this early. There were quite a few Nintendo games that allow you to listen to the songs like this early, but not sure if this game does it. Oh, you stupid bird. The time has come. The windfish awaits. Enter the egg. Hoot hoot. I wonder if the owl is part of the dream too. Like it's supposed to be the consciousness of whatchamacallit. Anyway, you have to follow here. It's the maze. Remember? Left. Up. Right. Up. Left. Up. Right. Up. See? It's not very complex. Then you have to review the code. And then it's time for final boss. We were born of nightmares. To take over this world, we made the windfish sleep endlessly. If the windfish doesn't wake up, this island will never disappear. We would have been the masters of this place. But you had to come here and disrupt our plans. You can never defeat us. Let's rumble! Yep, don't need this anymore. Sword and feather, yeah, let's stick with that. This thing has a name. Let's just call it the Shadows, but it has a name, and it's gonna take several forms. Oh, it's the slime enemy. Remember that? Need magic powder to defeat the slime, right? So yeah, you do need some items to be able to defeat this boss. And it's not very hard. At least not initially. Have you played A Link to the Past, boys and girls? Oh, whoops. I messed that up. But yeah, this is basically A Link to the Past thing. And if you do not play A Link to the Past, then you're going to have to figure out how to reflect this thing back to it. Takes several attempts to get it right. I do believe it has a thunder attack where it will in fact try to... Well, it won't try. It will actually send a bolt of lightning that you cannot reflect. Or this thing that you cannot reflect. I hate that. And he's had enough. So there was Aghanim. Now what? Oh, this thing. It's the first boss of the game. Except A Link to the Past design, which is the original design. Had enough? Yeah. What next? Ganon! Yeah, so basically, the developers are just going over Link to the Past notes for bosses. To be fair, this boss does have its own take on the strategy of those bosses. But it's essentially a boss rush what we're doing here. And now the boss has had enough. It's just chasing us. One spin attack. Probably two if you got a lesser sword. And now the boss's true form, Dettel. I remember Dettel's name. It deals quite a bit of damage, by the way. Don't underestimate him. He's got no obvious weak points, but then there's this. Huh. Yep. The boomerang kills it in one hit. If you don't have the boomerang, you use the bow, and it takes quite a few shots with the bow only. So if you have bombs, you want to use the bomb arrows whenever its weak point is exposed. But yeah, with the boomerang, you can just instantly defeat the monster. I kind of feel bad for doing it this way, the cheap way, but I never defeated this boss with the boomerang. I wanted to see if it actually works, and it does. Anyway, this island is going to disappear. Our world is going to disappear. Our world. Our world. Yeah, Dettel has a pretty... yeah, Hog, you have beaten all the nightmares. Climb the stairs before you. Dettel has a pretty sad death quote. Because it makes it sound like it really wanted to have its own world, and it's super sad that its world is going to be gone forever. It literally is going to stop to exist. Anyway, yeah, right here, if you got a game over, the game is going to stop as soon as the windfish appears. So after this owl speaks. Hoot, young lad, I mean, Hawk, the hero. You have defeated the nightmares. You have proven your wisdom, courage, and power. As part of the windfish's spirit, I am... Yeah, see? Called it. This owl is part of the windfish. I am the guardian of his dream world, but one day the nightmares entered the dream and began wreaking havoc. Then you, Hawk, came to rescue the island. I have always trusted in your courage to turn back the nightmares. Thank you, Hawk. My work is done. The windfish will wake soon. Goodbye, Hoot! Yeah, right, we're gonna be seeing this owl again in Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So yeah, right here, this is the game where the game would freeze. The windfish would not say anything. This is where the game would have ended for you. At least that's how it was when I played it on an emulator years ago. I think it might have also been an emulator glitch, and I might have had it wrong. I don't know. But whatever the case, we didn't get a game over a single time, so we get the normal ending. I am the windfish. Long has been my slumber. In my dreams, an egg appeared and was surrounded by an island with people, animals, an entire world. But verily, it be the nature of dreams to end. When I dost awaken, Koholint will be gone. Only the memory of this dream land will exist in the waking world. Someday, thou may recall this island. That memory must be the real dream world. Come, Hawk, let us awaken. Together! They should have made it so that your name is all capitals for that one part. Play the 8 instruments. Play the Song of Awakening. It does it automatically, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. That's so like Terran, for him to just disappear while high. I mean, he held up a mushroom. What else was he trying to imply? But yeah, what a kind of sad ending. Very bittersweet. Everything's gone. And a waterfall appeared out of nowhere for whatever reason. Turns out this entire time Link was just hanging on to dear life while dreaming onto this one piece of wood. Had a nice nap, Link. That is very nice sprite animation right there, I want to say. Link slowly looking up. Like, you have to think about how limited the sprites and amount of pixels you could display on a Game Boy. Making it so that you could make the character look slowly up is very difficult. No, hey, there's the windfish. It is real. The windfish is real. The island, not so much. Look at Link. He's looking at it like it's some kind of Pokemon. Speaking of which, I'm surprised they didn't make a Windfish type of Pokemon yet. Maybe they did. Wailord comes close, I guess. Because the Windfish is kind of more like a whale that, with tiny wings or something like that. And some weird, funky clothes. 1998 staff. Takahashi Tezuka. Yoshinori Tutiyama. Nobuo Matsumiya, Eiji Noto. These credits are oscillating. It's kind of hard to. It's probably going to be hard on the video to see what they are. That's kind of too bad. Mikio Mishima, Kyokyo Kimura, Yuichi Ozaki, Keiko Izawa, Enko Ganezawa, Jim Wernell, Keiko Tamura, Tamayo Ito, Akiya Sakamoto, R&D2 debug staff, Super Mario Club, and now the 1993 staff, the original staff, Takahashi Tezuka, Yasuhisa Yamamura, Kensuke Tanabe, Yoshiaki Koizumi, Kazuaki Morita, Takamitsu Kuzuhara, Masanao Arimoto. I'm saying these names horribly wrong, but this is just how it is. Shikifumi Hino, Kazumi Totataka, Minako Hamano, Kozue Ishikawa, Yoichi Kotabe, Dan Ausen, Toshihiko Nakago, Koji Kondo, we all know him, Tomoaki Kurome. Oh, by the way, Koji Kondo put a special song in this thing, I think. Tadakik song, something like that. Yeah, whatever. It's well known for many things. Producer Shigeru Miyamoto, and there's a couple of people that's names I forgot to say. Hiroshi Yamauchi, you tyrant! May you rest in peace in hell! Still waiting for one more thing. I think we all are. Yep. That's how Marin is supposed to look like. Not all orange, like the sprite suggests. She turned into a seagull! Marin becomes Dove, crying. RIP! I mean, she appears in Hyrule Warriors, so, you know. She does continue to exist, but none else of the island. Although Terran, a lot of NPCs in this game would be designed as actual NPCs for Hyrule in Ocarina of Time, which would become classics. So Link's Awakening was a pretty important step in the entire Zelda timeline, all things considered, which is surprising because it was not done by the main team of The Legend of Zelda, the people who will make the main Zelda series, I think. I might be speaking out of my ass, though. I'm not too sure about that information. But it sure as hell is looked more fondly upon compared to Zelda 2, for example. I mean, they remade this game for the Switch. Did they do the same thing for Zelda 2? No! Even though I like Zelda 2 a lot. The game's frozen. It's not letting me do anything. It just stops at the screen. The development team would like to thank you for playing. Well, thank you too for making this game, development team. And I hope thank you all for watching this series too. We're gonna move on to Ocarina of Time, even though I don't have much free time left. But for Ocarina of Time, I'm gonna do it a bit differently. I'm not gonna do commentary while playing. I'm gonna do the whole thing by myself, just playing the game, kind of like how I did with Hollow Knight, and then we'll do post commentary. But for Majora's Mask, we're gonna go back to live commentary because I like that game a lot. And I still have to go all the way to Wind Waker, so it's quite a bit still. And I want to make a stop at the Yorkolo games, but I definitely won't have enough time to cover those, unfortunately. Whatever case, hope you've all enjoyed this series and all of this day. Next time, Ocarina of Time commentary, post commentary thing, probably with other people if they're still interested to do it with me. Bye bye.